What's up, LEGO fans? I'm Jack in the Brick, and in today's video, we are going to be making a LEGO bedroom for our friend Max here with his teddy bear and pet dog. I hope you enjoy. But before we start, make sure to go down below and smash the like and subscribe button. And now, let's get into the build. To start the build, you want to take an 8x16 plate. Next, you are going to want to make a flooring. For this flooring, I have created an outline on my base plate of the plates around the border to put our walls on. Then you can put any tile you of choosing on the bottom of your floor, and here I added a rug. And for these spots, these will not be visible, so you can use any color brick or plate you want. For our second step, you are going to want to make the walls. For our first back wall, we are going to want to take our bricks and make a 6-wall height, and you're going to want to leave a spot for a window, and you can place it on the back of our build. For one of our side walls, you can do the same thing, making it 6 bricks in height, and you can place it to the right. The third wall is a little bit different, and you have a snot brick in the wall. That is to place a picture of your choosing in your bedroom. You can place it on the other side of the wall. For our third step, we are going to make a window. You're going to take your 1x6 plates and stack them together. Then you're going to take our bar elements and stick them on top. Once you have done that, you're going to take your window and place it in the middle of this element. And take a 1x3 brick in height brick and place it to the edges of the window. And you can take this window and place it onto your build. For our fourth step, we're going to make some of the furniture. For the bed, you're going to take a 2x4 plate and a 3x2 plate and another one, and stack these on top of each other. Then you're going to take another 2x3 plate and stack it to the bricks to create this beam. Next, you're going to take a 2x3 plate and clip it to the bottom, and take a 2x2 plate and clip to the bottom of that. This is the structure of our bed base. Next, you're going to make this element. You're going to take 2 1x1 bricks and a 1x4 plate. You're going to make 2 of these, and you're going to take them and stick them to the sides of your bed to make the legs. And you're going to attach 4 little studs to create the little feet. Once you have done that, you can place down your bed, and you can start to create the front of the bed. So you're going to take a 1x4 plate and a 1x2 plate and stack them on top of each other, and an arch flat tile on the top of that. And you're going to take a 1x1 or 1x2 plate and place it at the bottom of that. And you can place this at the end of your bed, and then you can make the top of your bed. To do this, you're going to take a 1x4 plate and 2 1x1 plates and stack them on top of each other like this. Next, you're going to want to take a 1x2 tile and place it at the bottom of this. Next, you're going to take a jumper plate and stick it in the middle of this structure. And you're going to take a cone piece, 1x1, and stick it on the build. And you're going to do the same for the other side. Next, you're going to want to take the comb element and attach a 1x1 stud to the end of it to make it a little bit taller than the rest of them, and stick it in the middle. Then you're going to take some arches and attach a jumper plate to the middle of them. And you can attach a 1x2 plate to the end. And you can mount this to the structure you've made to create this. And to add an extra detail on the top, you can add a 1x1 round tile, and you can place it on the top of your bed. And finally, you're going to make the covers of your bed. You can choose any color for this, and I've chosen blue and white. You are going to want to make 2 of these, which is arches, a tile, 1x2 tile, and another arch. Then you can place this at that. You can do any pattern you want, but I have chosen this pattern. Then you can take the same arches and this time make a jumper plate to add something on top of the bed later. And then you can repeat that process and take another one and place it down. For this one though, for the next one, you want to take white arches and put a tile on it instead of a jumper. And for instead of this one, you want to take the blue and put a 1x2 plate on it. Then, to create the pillow, you're going to take a 1x2 cheese slope. Oops. And you're going to place it to the top of the bed. And to add that extra cuteness, you can add a little teddy bear. Once you're done with this structure, you can take it, make sure the studs don't stick to the base plate. And you can take it and put it into the far corner to create one side of the room. And just above the bed, you can add a little picture that maybe the child of this room drew of himself. There you go. For our next step, we're going to make the curtains. You can make them any color you want, but I have chosen the color blue. You're going to take a 1x4 plate and a 1x2 plate. And you're going to want to place them together. Then you can take a clip element, a 1x1 clip element, and attach it to the top. Make sure the clip is facing in that direction, so it can clip properly to the bar. Then you can take your slope and attach it to the top. You have to make 2 of these for either side of the window. And you can attach them like so, so they work as the curtains. Next, we are going to make the side end table. First, you are going to take a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 brick, and you're going to place them like so. Then you can take a snot brick. Make sure it has an indent in the front where we can place the drawer, so it's just a little bit into the brick. And you're going to place another one beside it. After you've done that, you can place a jumper plate as the drawer. You can then place another jumper plate, but 2x2, and place it on top to create the tabletop of the end table. Then you can place 1x1 studs on the bottom as the feet. Then, to add a little bit of detail, you can add an alarm clock to the build. To build this, you're going to want to take a 1x2 snot brick that is angled like this, and take a cheese slope 1x2 and place it to the back. Then you can take this element with a clock print on it. You do not have to bake this if you don't have the clock print, or you can try and find it on Bricklink. You can place it onto the build at whatever time you want, and you can then clip it to the jumper plate, so then it's supported as that. Then you can place it right beside the bed, and to cover up those studs, next we're going to make the desk below the windowsill. First, you're going to take a 2x4 plate and 3 1x2 bricks and place them along the edges of the build to create this. Next, you're going to get this piece with a flat tile with a part of the wall sticking up. You can place this in the segment here to create a little indent to put stuff or whatever. Next, you're going to take some jumper plates, and you're going to place 2x2 jumper plates on the top like this. So now you got a little spot there. Then you can place the legs of the table, and after that you can make a lamp for the top. To make the lamp, you're going to need a round cylinder and a 1x1 trans yellow stud, and that's going to be the light bulb for our lamp. Then we can take this round 2x2 brick, and I have chosen it with indents in it to add a little bit of detail to the lamp. You don't have to if you don't want to. And you can take a 2x2 round plate, and you can stick it to the top of that. And you can plate this assembly on top of there. And to add a little bit more detail, I have chosen from the Simpsons sets a Angry Dad comic book, and I'm going to place it on the edge of the table to look like he was reading it. Once you have built this, you can place it underneath the windowsill. For our next assembly, we're going to make a bookshelf. You're going to take a 2x6 plate, and you're going to take 1x1 studs like the other builds and attach them to the bottom of this plate to create the feet. Next, you're going to take jumper plates and add them to the edges like so. Then, to create the bars to hold up the other shelves, I'm going to take a round 1x1 cylinder and a 1x1 stud, but make sure to have a hole in the center so it can stick to the top of the roof in a certain gap. And then place 2 of those on the sides of the table. Next, you can add whatever you want to the shelf, but I will add some books. To create the books, you can take some 2x2 tiles and stack them up. You need 5 books in total. Detail, at the end, I have placed a 2x2 tile of Batgirl on the side. Now, to attach this to the build, you're going to need a 1x1 snot brick. Now, don't worry, this snot brick won't be seen because it'll be hidden by other things on the shelf. So you can attach it to the books, but make sure it's at the back corner. And so you can place this over here, and so you can see it is attached to the plate. And I have attached this here so because you can actually see the edges of that book. You don't have to, you can just put a plate if you want. Then to cover up this stud, you can take the micro soldiers. You can find these in a certain set. I can put them up on screen. You can buy them from Bricklink if you want. You can choose them at any sort of color and place them onto the build. And see, now you can't even see the stud from behind. Then for a next shelf, we're going to take a 2x6 plate, and this time you're going to take a 1x2 plate and attach it to the bottom. Now this is because it has a round center hole there, and this is why we put a whole piece there, because it can clip onto that tile, and so that will support in the middle. And then you can take your jumper plates and attach them to the ends like the other build, and repeat the same process by putting some round cylinders with the same hole on the top. And for this shelf, I'm going to put some different objects. So maybe this kid is a Minecraft fan and is putting a creeper head on his shelf for display. And then maybe he wants to take some of his other soldiers and show them off. And maybe he won a trophy, so you can put a little cup there. And what you're going to do is place it on the top of the build. Now, don't worry about hitting the heads of this, guys, because I made it a certain height so it can actually stick to the roof of it and actually support the whole shelf. And so, then, for the last and final shelf, you can take a 2x6 plate and attach a 1x2 plate again to the top, or at the bottom. First, you can place whatever you want on the top of this. Most of the stuff won't be seen, so maybe it's stuff that he threw up on the top of his shelf and forgot about. So maybe he has an old record of a DVD, maybe a little figurine that he forgot about, some books, maybe even some candy, and maybe some money. And after you've done this, you can place it on the top of your shelf, in the corner of the build, right here. And so, now you have made all of these structures inside the house, in the room. And so, to smooth off the studs on the top of the build, you can take some plates of your choice and place them on top of these studs. Maybe we want to put a child in the room, so we've got a minifigure here. Let's call him Max, and he can have his own bedroom. Maybe he needs a companion, so let's give him a little puppy. You can put the puppy on these plates or studs if you choose to put those there on the floor. Now you are completely finished the build. Before you go, make sure to go down below, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss another LEGO room tutorial, and comment down below what room I should build next, and I'll see you in the next one.